All right, today on the flip Miata, I got some more parts in, so today we'll be putting them on. I got in a front wheel bearing because this one is screaming when you drive. I got in driver and passenger mirrors, the correct color shift boot, and some trims that I was missing in the correct color. So I'm gonna put all that in today. So I took the brake caliper off and rotor off, and then now you can really hear it. Yeah, that is definitely bad. So I'm gonna pull this cap off, get the nut off, and then I think you have to use a puller and pull this off. All right, so I took the nut off, and you can pull it off by hand. You don't need an axle puller. But there's the old destroyed one. And I'm gonna clean this where it sits up and put a little grease on it, I guess. And then put the new one on. All right, new one's on there. And it is nice and silent. I put the rotor on. I have new brake pads coming in today. So I'm gonna push the piston in, and then I'm gonna go take the other side's pads off and push the piston in, just so when I get the new pads, I can just put them in and then put it back together. So I'm gonna do that now, and then we'll get to the mirrors and then the inside. All right, now it's time to swap the passenger mirror out. I think I gotta take the inside door panel off, and then I should be able to pull the mirror off, but let's get to it. All right, mirror number 1 is on. Now to the driver's side. But first, I'm gonna clean the shifter boot and put this in. All right, so I decided I'm just gonna reuse this center console and potentially just get a new lid, or just get, I know somebody who 3D prints, I guess, this part or something, so I might just go that route. So I'm just gonna clean this center console up really good. You can see the side, I already wiped that down pretty good. So it used to look like that, all stained, but it's coming out pretty nice. All right, center console's all nice and clean now, and the shift boot is the same color and clean. So last thing interior wise, I just need to find door cards. Some clean door cards, and then the interior is basically done. I have to replace the seat belt. I already have another one, and probably just some cleaning back here. But once the brake pads come in, I'm gonna throw those on. Then I'm gonna take this and get it washed, so tomorrow I can buff the paint, and we'll see how good it comes out. While I was checking it over, I saw that there was basically no fluid in the clutch master cylinder, so I'm gonna add some fluid to that, and then I'm gonna adjust the clutch pedal so it feels better, because there's too much play in it now. So now the clutch is adjusted properly. Before, it would go like halfway before it started, like you would feel pressure. I noticed there's no little stopper for the plunger for the cruise control switch, and I guess that's why my cruise control wasn't working. So I'm gonna get one and put that on now. After that, I'm gonna go see if my brakes came in. All right, so front brakes are on. I just washed it. Still has a million rock chips, but the paint's gonna buff pretty nice. The only major damage on the body is that dent area, and then this is like overspray, so I'm just gonna wet sand that a little bit and then buff it. So this is before, and then after's over here. So there's still a bunch of rock chips and just like little clear coat peeling spots, but overall this is like really foggy and rough, and it just cleans up real nice. So I wet sanded the headlights, and I'm gonna compound them, but I'm gonna do the whole hood and the whole car, and I'll show you after. I'm still prepping it for buffing. I took the rear spoiler off. You can see that's what the paint is supposed to look like, but I wet sanded around the edge because they painted that spoiler with it on the car and they didn't tape it good, and there was paint right here. So I wet sand a little bit of it. So now I just need to get the tape off and I can buff all this. But I ordered paint for this, so I'm gonna probably tomorrow I'm gonna prime it, and then I'll sand it down, and when the paint comes in, I'm gonna paint this back to the OEM color. right, the Miata's all done being buffed. It came out pretty good from what it was. It still has all the little rock chips and stuff on the front, and it still has a dent right there on the side. Here's what the trunk lid looks like. It has the chips in the clear coat, the deep chips. So it still has imperfections. All I'm really waiting on is the paint for the spoiler. I need a new passenger mirror because the one that I bought was already pretty cracked right here. And then I accidentally leaned against it and it broke off. So another passenger mirror, of course. And then just really door cards and a new top, which I have coming. It'll be here on Monday from Amazon. So I'll put that on. Really, those are the only things it needs until I'll be able to put it for sale. So yeah, I'm just gonna sell this one because I got the Mustang and stuff now. So this will just be something to make a little bit of money off of. So if anybody's interested in a 2000 Miata Special Edition, let me know. So after I replaced the front wheel bearing and the front brakes, it is driving a whole lot better. It really drives pretty good. So it would be a nice one for me to keep. But yeah, unfortunately it'll just be for sale. But yeah, I'm glad it really turned out well because it was pretty rough when I first picked it up.